This is the Capcom Arcade Stadium. We're on Xbox Series X, taking a look at this collection of classic titles that have been thrown together in one kind of awesome package. So if you download the game, because it is free, the only option you get is the Battle of Midway 1943, which is actually kind of a great game. But if you buy the different packs that include the 92 to 01, 89 to 92, and the 84 to something pack, there are different options. You can buy all three packs together, or in split packs to come with different games. So lots of filters, lots of options. I thought we'd start off with 1943 because that's the free one. I'll also mention ROM English, ROM Japanese. Choice is up to you. And there's lots of different ways to play. So we jump in here, and you get two different challenges: score challenge, special challenge. You can see the game's manual if that's what you you want to see. That you get the classic manual, kind of cool. And then there's game settings that you can adjust. Oh my god, these pop-ups are annoying. And then there's also display settings, so you can play the game in multiple ways. You can do custom, normal, dash, super. It's going to change for different games, so we'll show it off in a fighting one. You'll see the difference. You can do two different types of that. This isn't the best one for that. So we're going to click no, and we're just going to play this one regularly, and then we're going to show a different game, which actually does the stretching, so you can see the different modes there. But yeah, you insert your coin, or multiple coins, and you start the game. And obviously this is like a classic, absolutely classic sort of experience. I think I've actually played this on like an arcade machine back in the day. There's also local multiplayer for 2 players, no sort of online multiplayer, and you can do some different things. You can reverse, you can kind of rewind, do different like trigger events. The achievements are also pretty easy on this one too, in case you were wondering. They're not too hard to earn. But yeah, it's just the classic arcade titles. If you like the old Capcom games, this is sort of the way to go. So we're gonna back out and select another game so that we can make our adjustments, and it's got everything. It's got like all these weird ones you never heard of. It's got ghouls and ghosts, which is kind of, I think, a pretty good classic. I actually really like Strider, oddly enough, but Final Fight, we've got things like Street Fighter 2, different types of Street Fighter 2 as well, not just that one. Street Fighter 2 Hyper Arcade, Turbo. Apparently I don't have all of them. I don't know, they gave me like a code thing, which I got a bunch of it, but I don't know if, it looks like I'm missing some of them too. But yeah, it's just a wide range of different ways to play. It's kind of nuts, all of the different options. So it really depends on, if you enjoy these types of experiences or not. So we're going to start the game here. Insert the coin, 1 player. So I've kind of adjusted, how this one sort of renders and showcases screen-wise, in case you're wondering. And we're going to adjust it in a sec here. So obviously, we're good to go. Then we go to display settings. So we'll go. So this is super. This is just like what it's like. So if you feel like you're in an arcade. And then custom, normal, dash, super. Okay. Then you can do frames. So we got to go to custom, and then you can do like a 3D frame, 2D, all frame, stuff like that. And then you can do like borders. Lots of different border options, mini cute, all kinds of different stuff. There's a lot. And then you can change the display size. You can do max, which kind of makes like a weird stretching effect. So be very careful with that one, I feel, because it kind of changes how the game looks. Normal's actually pretty nice. And then you can do different filters. So you can change how it looks. Screen orientation, for whatever reason. I don't know why you would want that. And then display orientation too. Whatever your choice is. And you can like kind of have it apply to all games or just this one. There's also like an overall, I guess you could say, sort of arcade system that's in place in regards to like your score. Like I mentioned, there's like score attacks and stuff. There's different challenge modes for each of the games. And, then your rankings are displayed online to others. So if you're really intense about playing these older games, you can compete with other people online. And that's kind of a fun option for checking these out. And then I'm trying to show off as many as I can, in case you're wondering. There is so many of them. So many games. And it's just kind of fun when you like pop in the coin stuff. Ta-dum. Let's try a different option for this one, display-wise. Let's do... frame, 3D, 2D, dash. Super. Let's do normal and then do max so you can see that one. It's just so it's like a full screen option. Obviously, again, pretty classic game, right? Ow. And a pretty hardcore game, too, apparently, from the legends have told. But yeah, the games seem to all beautifully run here. I think it's just like 1080, though, in case you're wondering about that sort of thing. And I would imagine that some elements of it run at 60. But probably maybe some of the games might not, due to some sort of, like, you know, settings and that. Let's go! Ow. But yeah, it seems like the pixels are sort of beautifully brought to life. And like I said, doing the full screen kind of works, but it's like the arcade cabinets are kind of designed in a way that the aspect ratios aren't perfect for that. I feel like we should do, I don't want to do Final Fight, but I feel like we should probably get like a little bit of a Street Fighter in. Of course, there being a couple different options for the Street Fighter. Insert that coin, let's go. But yeah, it's a nice package, you know. I think it offers a lot of different ways to play if you jump on the different packs. And if you just want to, you know, get a feel for it and see what it's like, you know, it is free and you can give it a whirl to see what the Midway level's like and then decide, hey, you know, if this is the quality that you want to experience for these other games. And you get like the full setting range and all that. And it kind of is a really nice teaser to introduce you to, well, the different options that are present within this pack. Oh my god, Street Fighter drives me crazy. But yeah, it looks pretty good, at least I think so. Most of the games, they come across as being well designed in terms of, like, you know, modern porting for it, and, you know, the visuals and stuff, and then the settings on top of that, the rewinding, the new score stats, the different ways you can play the Japanese and English settings, in case you're some sort of purist in regards to some options gameplay-wise. You get a range of fighting games. I don't know how well known all of the titles will be to everyone. I mean, I know Ghouls and Goblins, I know my Street Fighter, that Strider title there, the Midway games I'm quite familiar with, but I do wonder about, like, you know, how much people will know about certain titles in here that might be a bit niche. But that's also the fun part of it is, oh yeah, class up too, yep, blah blah blah, unlocking more stuff. The fun part of it is also discovering new arcade options as well. You know, seeing things for the first time and being like, oh, you know, maybe this is kind of a cool thing for me. Custom, normal, yeah, let's do normal. Oh no! Is that like a baby in like a chair thing? We'll do Captain Commando. Ninja Commando, that's pretty cool. Ninja House. That's fun. But yeah, there's like such a variety of things, like beat 'em ups, and there's one where you're like shooting all around that I thought was kind of cool. It just seems like some of these are like very sort of like niche titles, you know, when you think of like arcade cabinets and that. Ugh. You want to enjoy the classics. So many games from the past too. People can just throw on this. Like, just remember back in the day for these titles, like, people had to buy like individual cartridges and stuff, and now it's just like one massive library of games that people can, you know, kind of enjoy as like a small little file size. It's just really sort of wild to think about. And like I said, I've been trying to do like speed showcasing to try to present as many of them as possible, because there are so many. Oh, that's another plain one. That's kind of the horse type one where you're moving around. Street Fighter, Power Gear. I don't think I have some of these. 19X, that's another similar one. They did a lot of Midway. This is a Hidgamaro, 1942. Commando, that's a shooting one. Section Z, I don't know if that's the one I was thinking of. Taika Waititi. Bionic Commando! Was that the one where you're... I'm trying to find the one where you like shoot around in different directions and stuff. Legendary Wings. See, their stuff is very Midway-ish. No, that's not it. 19... Oh, Forgotten Worlds. That was the other one I was wanting to show off on here. So, yeah, some of the stuff may be a little niche, some of it fairly well known. And I hope you've gotten basically just an idea of, you know, how it's running and stuff like that. Just so you can decide, hey, if this is something that you're quite into gameplay-wise. It offers many dynamic scenarios if you want to play alone or with someone else to revisit your classics. If you had friends that you used to play these with, I guess, you know, you can kind of relive that to some degree as well with new settings to change how that's experienced gameplay-wise. But I don't know, it seems to look pretty cool, and I think decently faithful to that original experience if you're a fan of these old games that are now relics of the arcade and stuff, you know. Oh yeah, the shop, and then the shop girl is like strangely intense, like a princess. It's just really bizarre. No, thank you, lady. Thank you for having a shop in the middle of this apocalypse, or whatever it is. So yeah, wide range of games. You can do continues, you can do rewinds, you can play it however you want. They don't care. They want you to have fun with it if you pick it up and check it out. And I hope this was a decent look at the Capcom Arcade cabinet. Nostalgic classics all brought back and thrown together in a really, I don't know, fun sort of well upgraded kind of way, I guess you could say. Definitely something intriguing and something different for you to check out if you've been looking for something full of different games, right? Different genres, different setups, and I don't really have any issues with how it's performing or running them or showing them. It seems to be quite well done to a satisfactory degree for sure. Yeah.
Let's select players. I'm taking the field. Shanfei.